Viggo, your character, Father Ben in Captain Fantastic, shuns society and moves to the forest, and he imposes this lifestyle on his children. Does his life or his methods resonate with you?
This was one of the best scripts I'd read. I didn't read it and think, well, is this a big budget movie, or is it an independent movie? Is it American? Is it Canadian? I don't think about those things. I'm reading a story and I think, have I read something like this before, or is this something original? Is this character interesting and complex or not? And I had no question. As I was reading it, I was moved, I laughed, and I thought, this is one of the best written characters I've ever read, and had, of the characters I've had an opportunity to consider playing. He's complex, he's flawed, he's brave, he's passionate, he's funny.
Remember your training.
They have hot dogs.
What's cola?
Poison water.
I mean, there's so many things that I liked about the script immediately, that I was really happy that it worked out, that I could play the part, and that we managed to make such a good movie. I think, I'm not very objective about it, but I think it's an outstanding movie, and I think it's one of the most original movies that have come out of North America in some time. That's my opinion.
I agree with you, but I want to talk again about your choices, because if I look back at the characters you've played, they're mostly outsiders, aloof, enigmatic.
That could be, yeah.
So this is a trend in your choices.
I guess probably, maybe I'm drawn to those kinds of characters, is people that you can identify with on some level, who are faced with an extraordinary moment. Something happens, like in the story, the loss of the mother. What are they going to do? How does that change the family dynamic? What obstacles does it present? How does it reveal the shortcomings of Ben's approach as a father, and is he able to recognize it, and does he have the courage and the humility to rectify, to find a new balance, in order to get along better with his family and in society? And that's what the story is about. It sounds simple, but it's a very hard thing to write well, for it to be engaging and dramatic and funny and moving, all the things that you get from this movie. I think it's, when it's done well, it looks effortless. They seem like real kids. It seems like a real family. You're touched, you're provoked by what you see and hear in the story, but you never doubt that it's real, that it could, that these are real people living through, trying to solve real problems, and I love that.
The fact that you grow up in different countries, you experience different cultures, you're the son of an American mother and a Danish father.
Mm-hmm.
How much does that feed in your choices?
Probably quite a bit. I think that it's not uncommon for actors to have had somewhat nomadic childhoods. You have to rely on your own imagination. You have to be resourceful, self-sufficient. I mean, there are certain things that your parents can't help you through. It's like dealing with a new group of kids in a new school all of a sudden, a year after you were in another one, or 2 years. That makes you resilient, makes you sort of grow up fast, but it also allows you to see the world from ever-changing points of view. And after all, I think my job as an actor is largely about that. It's every time I play a character, my job is to try as best I can is to see the world from that point of view. I mean, I've played characters that I wouldn't want to meet, that are kind of scary people. I mean, this character, Ben, I'd like to meet him, but I think he would be a little intense. He's quite extreme in many ways, intimidating in terms of his, his intellect and certain things about him. There's just a little, intense, I guess is the word. Mm-hmm. But he'd be interesting to talk to. I don't look at the world exactly the way he does, but it was great fun to imagine that I did. And that's like a child's play is what that is. And I think the best acting comes out of that situation. I had really great partners in this story, and that these 6 kids were so free and so much about playing. They weren't conscious a lot of the time, especially the young ones, that they were actually acting, and it was a serious business to get it right. They were just often just playing and having fun, and forgetting that the camera was on, and that was gave me lots of stuff to react to, and it helped me, encouraged me to just sort of let go and have fun.
Well, I like this movie. Many of your movies are profoundly intelligent and very emotional, but you also practice other kinds of art, painting, music, poetry. What is your goal? What are you trying to achieve? What is driving you to commit to these artistic endeavors?
It's just my way of communicating, my way of remembering, recording what's happening, trying to understand what's happening. So they're all branches of the same tree, really. Artistic expression. It's not so much that you have to be good at drawing or you even have to draw, but you can live in an artistic way. It's just how you look at things. Do you remember the room you just walked into? How does it compare to other ones? Just the fact that you're thinking about it, you're having a point of view. Express yourself. And this family and this story, Captain Fantastic, is a lot about that. Express yourself. Let's hear your point of view. Defend your position. Remember your position. That's what it's about.